Well, welcome to United Matters channel. We are into what we call the match day live or the match build up of United versus Brighton at the Fulmer Stadium, formerly known as the Amnex Stadium, and we're here to bring you the latest news and information as far as this is concerned. Smash the like button, comment, and share. I'm already having Mwajuma Kauchi, Rokan David. How are you doing? I'm asking, do you think Sabitzer, Casemiro, and Eriksson will start? I would like to see those three guys put together in our midfield. They really look so good. All right, I have the perfect answer and reply to you. Then Hassan Kamara. All right, so let's get into the confirmed starting 11 of Manchester United as far as this beautiful game of football is concerned. The 33rd match of United this season, and after this game would have gone ahead to be left with just 5 games to go on and play into this season. We are having David De Gea, Lindelof, Bruno Fernandes captaining the side of United, Anton Martial, Rashford, Fred, Casemiro, Dalot, Anthony, Luke Shaw, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Those are the 11 players that Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to name to face Brighton at the Fulmer Stadium. Then the substitutes include Bottlehand, Harry Maguire, Tyrell Malacia, Brandon Williams, Eriksson, Pelestri, Sabitzer, Jordan Sancho, and Wout Weghorst. That is the starting 11 of Manchester United, and the substitutes there for you. Later on, I'm going to go into the team formations and really show you who has come in, who has been dropped by Erik ten Hag according to how we played against Aston Villa. The lineup has Stelly for Brighton, Webster, Dunk, McAllister, Welbeck, Ensiko, Mitoma, Caicedo, Glimo, Estupian, Bonanotete. Yes. Then the substitutes have Sanchez. I don't know why the goalkeeper Sanchez is really on the bench. Colwell, March. Then they're having Undave, Ayari. Then Van Check, Ofia, Moran, and Feilupion. That is the team of Brighton, and that starting 11 they've gone ahead to name to take on Manchester United. A game of football that's not going to look uneasy for both sides, but I don't see us losing this beautiful game of football at their stadium, because I think we have a squad that can put up a battle and obviously cause a lot of havoc to a side known as Brighton. Now, for Erik ten Hag, he has gone with a 4-2-3-1 as usual, but some huge changes have been made because Bissaka never played in the game of Aston Villa. He has come in for Tyrell Malacia. Then Fred is in for Casemiro. Not for Casemiro, Fred is in for Eriksson, and Anthony is in for Sabitzer. So that means Sabitzer, Malacia, and Eriksson have been benched by Erik ten Hag, and ten Hag has gone ahead to really name his squad as you see it there for you. So I think you're really having a very good look at that starting 11, as we are having David De Gea in goal. Obviously, we have no goalkeeper that can really get him out of that position, and I think he's really doing a better job. Every time a save is needed for him to be made, he makes it in a perfect way. And obviously, people are not talking about his goal distribution. You know, his ball distribution is really great. And I think he's improving game in, game out. By the time we go to the pre-season, I think he'll be really great into distributing that ball to his back four, midfield, and the front line of Manchester United. And lastly, about David De Gea, don't forget that he has gone ahead to keep 15 clean sheets this season. No goalkeeper in the Premier League has gone ahead to keep more than this man known as David De Gea. The right back position in the game of Aston Villa, we played with Dalot. Now Aaron Wan-Bissaka has obviously been put into the right back position, and we know exactly why he was benched and never played a minute in the game of Aston Villa, because the manager was really preparing him for this game. He needs to take on Mitoma, and obviously we know that he's the best defender when it comes to a 1v1 situation. That is Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and no one doubts that he's really good at 1v1 situations. So I think he's really going to have a very good go at Mitoma, and this is a game he's supposed to play close to 90 minutes, because the previous game has been playing, he was playing 70-80 minutes, and I think this should be a full 90 for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Diego Dalot shifted to the left back position. He has always showed us that where you play him in the fullback positions, Diego Della has gone ahead to put in a shift that all of us are really admiring throughout the season. And I think he's going to be facing a very talented player coming in from Brighton, and we all know how good that player is. Is it Gross? Let me have a look at this and really see who is he going to face and how expect him to behave into this beautiful game of football. But smash the like button, comment and share. He's going to be facing Bononte unit, and I think that will call for Marcus Rashford to really drop a little bit, to come in and help this player, because he needs some bit of support from his left attacking midfielder of Manchester United. Happiness is killing me because I'm seeing Lindelof and Luke Shaw into the central defense. Remember, we played against Brighton into the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and that is the central defense partnership that gave us a clean sheet on the night. So I also want to see it happen today, because when it happens, we'll be so much privileged to be having this win and obviously keeping another clean sheet on the day. David De Gea taking his clean sheet to 16th, and that will be something great for the player known as David De Gea. But I was so much worried because Harry Maguire was back, and I thought that maybe Erik ten Hag would go on and really start Harry Maguire instead of Victor Lindelof. But obviously, with the performances Lindelof has been putting on the field of play every time been playing the game of football, I think he deserves to start every game of United. And I think these games have gone ahead to give Erik ten Hag an easy decision to make on the player known as Harry Maguire. Right now, when you look at how everything is really going on, it shows you that Harry Maguire is the fifth choice centre-back of Manchester United. Varane is ahead of him. Lisandro Martinez is ahead of him. Lindelof is ahead of him. Luke Shaw is ahead of him, because Luke Shaw is playing ahead of Harry Maguire in the central defense position of Manchester United, because we'd have gone ahead to see Luke Shaw play onto the left back of Manchester United, but because amongst the three available central defenders, Luke Shaw and Lindelof are the best. Harry Maguire is the fifth choice centre-back of Manchester United, and that has gone ahead to be confirmed by the manager of Manchester United, Erik ten Hag, and there is no doubt and worry about us today when you're having Victor Lindelof and Luke Shaw into the central defense. Casemiro, obviously, he is back to where we left him, especially when we are playing into the it was the Southampton game that saw him get a second red card, and he was banned for four or 5 games. I think 4 games. And he spent close to 3 weeks without playing competitive football, and he came back when he was looking rusty. This time around, Casemiro is back. We saw some good flashes of him against Spurs and against Aston Villa. He really showed to us that I'm really back and ready to go on and really play the beautiful game of football. Then Fred Rodriguez playing into the double pivot alongside Casemiro. I think this is a very huge change that Erik ten Hag is going to have to make. And I think he saw how Brighton controlled the midfield when we are playing in the FA Cup semi-final. And when he brought in Fred, things really went into our favor. And this time round, he has put in Fred because Eriksen is not tenacious. I think the next player that could play next to Casemiro would have been Bruno Fernandes or Sabitzer, but Bruno Fernandes helps us a lot when he's playing as a central attack midfielder in the number 10 position. And I think Sabitzer would have come close to Casemiro because he's also tenacious. But Ten Hag doesn't want to risk out this game of football because he wants us to qualify for the Champions League places early enough such that we get enough time to rest these players and prepare for the FA Cup final, because that is really a do or die game, because we are either giving the treble to Man City or not, because we've all seen Man City come out through and obviously be at the forefront of winning trophies. The Premier League is in its hands. They win, even if they win 4 out of their 5 games, they lift the trophy. You understand? So we need to stop them. Champions League, Man City is just a semi-final away, from playing a finale. So I think this time around, we need to kill off the 4th spot or 3rd spot early enough as we prepare for what we call the FA Cup finale. Anthony Santos returning to the starting 11 of Manchester United. He's one of those players that just came off the bench to play against Aston Villa, and I think he needs to really put in practice what Erik ten Hag and the managers of United are going to tell him to do in the training sessions, because we can kill off the game early enough, provided he's really so much good at decision making, especially with the final product of his game. Marcus Rashford coming in through on the left attacking side of the midfield. He's really on fire. 2 assists in his previous 2 games with a goal. I think he's really not gonna stop scoring, and I think today I fancy him to go out and really put a ball in the back of the net. Remember, the last time I think we won here, we won it late, but Marcus Rashford, I think, had a brace onto those 4 goals that we scored, because he sat down Ben White and he really scored a very good goal. Anton Martial just found himself in a position of not playing. The previous 2 games are not starting against Tottenham Hotspur and Aston Villa. He came on and played 30 minutes, I think, against Spurs and 5 minutes against Aston Villa. The manager is trying to manage his injury situation very well, to see to it that he doesn't find himself missing out on the finale we are going to play against Man City. So I'm giving kudos to Erik ten Hag on how he's managing these players of Manchester United, and that is the starting 11 of Manchester United. So I think that squad can beat Brighton, but it depends on how the players are going to react today. If at all they really fight for every ball and obviously defend as a team and attack as a team, if at all we see Marcus Rashford tracking back, to come and help Dalot, the same applies to Anthony coming in and help Bissaka, I have no doubt about Fred, Casemiro, and Bruno Fernandes as far as chasing Caicedo, McAllister, and Gilmour in that midfield 3 is concerned. But my worry is all about Fred. The last time he came on in the game of Aston Villa, in the minutes he played, were they 30, he found himself putting out 9 blind passes. So he needs to find himself into the position of really getting back to the Fred we knew before he really went ahead to capitulate. And I think Ten Hag is trying to charge him for the finale of the FA Cup, because we know the job Fred has to do to go ahead and really mark Kevin De Bruyne out of that game of the finale. So I think it's a chance for Freddie to find himself into the starting 11 of Manchester United again. If at all he puts up a very good performance, no doubt in the game of West Ham, I expect him to start into that midfield, because Eriksen doesn't help us a lot. Every time you're playing teams, they're really having a very tenacious midfield, and that really boils out into a situation of not bringing harmony into this team of Manchester United. And obviously we look like we are at least a man down when Eriksen is really there, because we are really outplayed from the positions of the midfield when you're having Eriksen. So Freddie's tenacity is always so much important in such games that I think Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to know it very well. I'm having Mwajuma Kawuchi, please, Rokani, what is going on about the selling Manchester United? We are really tired. We need a new boss. Obviously, the sale of Manchester United is expected to go on. Is going to go on. But this week, we expected a big announcement on who the Glazers are going to hate to choose amongst the two. That is Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani. But today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. I don't see anything coming up. So no developments yet, but all I know is that I brought you a story yesterday. Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani is promising to bring in Kylian Mbappe and Camavinga plus Kingsley Coleman, if at all he becomes the new owner of Manchester United. That's it. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is promising to bring in Paul Mitchell as the sporting director at Manchester United. So as things stand, it's all rumors, and we've not gotten a very clear report coming in from the Rain Group and the Glazers on who they've gone ahead to choose to come in through and really play a very big part into the owner or the next owner of Manchester United. Then Hassan Ekamara, good evening, Mr. Rokani. What is our starting 11? I think I've gone ahead to show you the starting 11 of Manchester United. We are really having the following players onto the starting 11. David De Gea in goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, right back. Dalot is being played as a left back. Luke Shaw is playing on the left side of the central defense. Lindelof is playing as a right-sided centre back for Manchester United. Fred and Casemiro playing the double pivot. Bruno Fernandes playing as a central attacking midfielder. Anthony returns into the starting 11 of Manchester United, playing off the right attacking side of the midfield. Marcus Rashford, man in form, is really playing as a left attacking midfielder for Manchester United, with Anton Martial leading the line for Manchester United, obviously returning the starting 11 since the game of, I think since the game of, is it Brighton, that's it. So that is the starting 11 of Manchester United. I think I've gone ahead to answer your question. I'm having John Manda. We are winning this game, no doubt 100%, I'm sure. To me, I think we aren't losing today. That's it. I think we are lifting this team and we are really going to beat Brighton. The worst result to me is a draw, because when you look at the players onto the starting 11 of United, they can outmatch most of the players of Brighton. And I think if we gain a little bit of more composure than that we had when you're playing into the FA Cup semi-final, we can find ourselves onto the score sheet. That's it. The likes of Anthony need to find themselves in positions of really not being selfish. We want to see him create, not going in for that back post every time we are playing that team of Brighton. Then Hassan Kamara, go Man United, go and win against Brighton by 3-0. I think that will be hard, but never say never in the game of football. Everything is really possible for this game of Manchester United and Brighton. I think we can find ourselves in a position of really putting those balls at the back of the net and obviously winning every single duel and create chances and really kill them off. I think even if Erik ten Hag says that we are going to sit a little bit deep and pay respect to them because they are at their stadium, and then they come on and obviously find themselves into the final third of United, hit them on the break, obviously we cause havoc immediately. That's it. So I think that is also possible because Ten Hag's plans are always unpredicted, but Ten Hag can go in and really shock them. Obviously, we're going to play high up the pitch. After playing high up the pitch, and we are going to press them. That's it. So with Anton Martial leading our forward line, I think we are going to be having a more better placed position in attack of this game. Then Hassan Kamara, go Man United, go and win against Brighton. All right, thank you very much. Then I'm having Jamie Todd. Do you think City treble will be better than the United treble? Has become much harder and more games are now being played. These players have also done it with the World Cup being played as well. I think a treble will always stay treble. A treble will always stay treble because you would have gone ahead to find yourself winning 3 trophies. That's it. So City winning a treble, it will be a very huge blow to with the fans of Manchester United, because we wouldn't like our nemesis is to come up and really win a treble, in the era when Erik ten Hag is here, because I believe in the years that Erik ten Hag is going to spend here, he'll never allow City to go ahead and really look like that and win a treble, because he even has a chance to really put that treble to a stop in the finale. But I think however much they've gone ahead to play the World Cup, I think they've always gone ahead to play the same number of games. Even United winning the treble, we played the same number of games. We had Champions League, I think the group stages were the same, If I count the games we played in 1999, I think they're the same, But, history is always history and present is always present. And when one talks about the unbeaten run that Arsenal had, if at all United next season goes into make a very huge unbeaten run, we will all say that Arsenal were invisible and United were invisible. I don't see any way the treble of City will be better than that of United, because all will be trebles. No reason to add more icing sugar onto the argument, onto the cake, because all what we are arguing about is a cake. And the point is it a treble or not a treble? It's a treble. That's it. But as Manchester United, we need to find ourselves in a position of really stopping City from winning the treble, because it will be really a very huge disappointment to me if at all City lifts a treble, because they've gone ahead to take long without winning the Champions League. And how do they lift the Champions League in the same year they do a treble? That is unforgivable. So we need to stop them. But thank you, Jamie Ford, for that reason. But I think the treble of United will be holding the same water like the treble of City if at all City goes ahead to really win it. So smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I'm having Joseph Aaron says, hi. If you want to win the Premier League, if you want to win, the players should put their body on the line. That's it. That's the most important bit of it. Because I know their mentality, the mentality of these players of United is really right. But putting in the required effort to really do the needful. There is something I read about. There is a certain Arsenal ex-player that I was watching on Sky Sports, and he said the following, that if you're having quality players, all what you need is them going on and put on the hard work on the field of play. Because the moment they put the hard work on the field of play, that means their quality will supersede the qualities of the opponents and obviously win the game of football. But every time you go on and really play, for the team and you don't put your bodies on the line and really put in the hard work, then you'll find yourself capitulating and really fail to win. And this hard work should be a team unit. It shouldn't be that Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, and Fred are the ones are supposed to be doing the donkey work. No, Rashford has to track back. Anthony has to track back. Martial has to track back. We have to lead the press, because every time you lead that press, especially if at all Martial presses, Bruno presses, Anthony presses, Rashford presses, and maybe Fred doesn't press, then the press will be broken through by the opponent. So it should be a team effort. It should be a unit. We've seen teams like Real Madrid having Galacticos, Zidane, Figo, David Beckham, Makelele, Guti, Raul, that team, Emerson, they had the cream de la cream of the players of this world. They never won a Champions League. Look at PSG. Never did they win a Champions League. That means teamwork surpasses talent. That's it. So we need to find our players. We need to find these players of United in a position of really killing off these games of football as soon as possible, because we need the hard work in. And I agree with you, Joseph Sesai, that we need to put in the hard work. The moment we put the hard work in, obviously, that will result into us winning this game, because the talent at United will supersede the talent of players of Brighton, because you can't compare Caicedo to Casemiro. That's it. I think you cannot compare McAllister to Bruno Fernandes. You cannot compare this player of the Scottish that they bought from Chelsea, that is Gilmore. You can't compare him to Fred. If at all you put in the hard work, we'll go ahead and really win. I'm having John Biamokama. Thanks, bro. I prefer United to sign Caicedo or Lavia if possible. Leave, if possible, live here in Mogadishu. I get your point, but all I can let you know is that we would have gone ahead to get these players, even Jude Bellingham, McAllister, Caicedo, but the ownership of United is going to cost us this summer again. Trust me, we might sign our first player around 1st July. Real Madrid yesterday have gone ahead to agree terms with Jude Bellingham. That means Jude Bellingham is going to Real Madrid. Today, Fabrizio Romano has dropped a story of McAllister. Liverpool have gone ahead to present their proposal to McAllister. That's it. So that shows you that McAllister and Jude Bellingham are off the shelf now. Caicedo is one of those players that Arsenal had agreed terms with on the 31st of July, and they wanted to sign him, but Brighton said no. But right now, Brighton is willing to sell this player. So Arsenal is way ahead of us on signing Caicedo. That's it. So Lavia is a very good player, but there are very many other teams that are really interested in him. We need to put ourselves in a position of really coming up ready, if at all this takeover is done as soon as possible. But we are going to miss out on the cream de la cream of the players because of the delay of the Glazers wanting to earn a lot of money from the takeover. That's it. So Thank you for watching it from Mogadishu. John Biamokama. Hassan Ekamara. I want De Gea to have a clean sheet tonight. Yeah, I also want to see him have a clean sheet because I want him to win the Golden Glove. It has been long since he last won the Golden Glove. In the previous years, it was shared in between Ederson and Alisson of Man City and Liverpool, respectively. Then I'm having Muyonjo. Thanks, David. How many games do we need to qualify for the Champions League? We just have to win 4 wins. If at all we get 4 wins, those are 4 wins. 4 wins out of the 6. Then we'll be in the Champions League. Because when you look at Liverpool, Liverpool came up and really won yesterday. So Liverpool is having 59 points, right? They're left with 4 games. They win them, they'll be having 71. So if at all we win 3 games, we would have found ourselves in a position of really capping the Champions League position. So 3 games at Old Trafford, Chelsea, Wolverhampton Wanderers, and Fulham win them. Everything is done. Away from home, we are left with Brighton that we are playing tonight. There is West Ham and Bournemouth. I believe out of those 3 games, we will win 2. I think we can get 2 wins out of that, and we might find ourselves even hitting some 78 points or 80 before this end of the season. We are having 63 points. We are left with 6 games to play. You win 5, 78 points. Not bad for Erik ten Hag in his first season at the club of Manchester United. That's what we are left with. 3 wins to qualify for the Champions League. Richard Mugambe, my prediction for United in tonight's game is a draw, guys. I'm live watching from Uganda, East Africa. Thank you, Richard Mugambe, for watching it through. And to me, a draw won't be a bad result, though the best result for me would have been a win, because ever since we lost away at Newcastle, we found ourselves in a position of winning away at Nottingham Forest, a stadium that is not so easy to visit. We've gone ahead to get a point at Tottenham Hotspur, and it's we who just bottled that game, because we were in a position of really leading by 2-0, but we gave up the lead. That's it. So I think the remaining away games can really find United in a better position to do the needful, but even a draw won't be bad, because at least we'd have gone ahead to get a draw from Brighton, because the previous, I think, 2 seasons we've gone at Brighton and lost 3-2, and then the other one we lost 4-0. I think that's last season. Brighton put us to bed like that. Kamohanda Jonane, good evening, bro. I'm from Kasese district, work in USA. 3-1. That is Kamohanda. Thank you for your prediction. I think it's also possible, but I think if I told you to win 2-1, 3-2, that's the result. Even 1-0 can be possible in favor of Manchester United. But guys, when you look at the bottom of United, there is now of our channel, there is what we call a join button. You can become a member of the United Matters channel by joining. Click join and give us that subscription of monthly, and then you'll have joined this big team of supporting the club, of supporting the channel, because we want to improve on our studio. We want to really get in other pundits onto this channel. We need to get in cameras to do the needful. So if at all you feel like you want to be part of the support of building a very huge and big channel in Africa that is going to be bringing you up to content about Manchester United, please join as a member. Click the join button, become a member for Manchester United, and obviously we will really get ourselves in a position of really winning together. That's it. I think it also be your happiness and pride if at all you're having a very good studio, and obviously getting in other pundits, because I believe that debate and discussions with other people will always make a lot of sense if at all they start going on this channel. That's it. Then I'm having Joseph Arin Sesasi. The meaning of treble means 3, and a complete treble in England football or English football, Premier League, FA Cup, and the Champions League. That's the complete treble. That's it. Complete treble. Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup. So if at all a team wins that, that's a treble. United first won a treble in 1999. We won the Premier League, FA Cup, the Champions League. We beat Bayern Munich 2-1. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Teddy Sheringham, and we left it late. FA Cup, I think we beat Arsenal. It was Ryan Giggs who really went ahead to really score that goal. Then the Premier League, I think we won it and lifted it. And that was the treble that we won. And it's under threat because Man City is really firing all cylinders. They are into the semi-finals of the Champions League facing Real Madrid. They are in the final of the FA Cup facing Manchester United. And they're leading the Premier League table, with 1 point. And they're having a game in hand. They win the game they have in hand. They will be 4 points ahead of Arsenal. So that treble is under threat this time round with a team known as Man City. Brian is telling me from Kenya, I wonder why Fred has started today's game. I think because of the tenacity. Every time you start with Ericsson, that lacks. So I think it's better you get on Fred to start, let him chase them around. When they feel like they're a little bit tired, you get on Sabitzer or Ericsson to really give you control of that game. But starting with Ericsson, you saw what happened when you're playing in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. It was not going our way, let's all admit. And I think that is a very good tactical change made by Erik ten Hag, because he knows that we need to go and run after these players. And if at all you're talking about running after these players, Ericsson can't. If you told me that, you would have loved Sabitzer to come on and start in front of Freddie, I would have gone ahead and really said yes. Or getting Bruno Fernandes and play him in the double pivot, you understand, of Casemiro and him. Then Ericsson plays ahead of them or Sabitzer. That would also have gone ahead to work on well. And I think if at all Ericsson is to come on, I think it will be Fred going off. Bruno will have to drop deep into the double pivot, and then Ericsson play as a number 10, because in such games, he's not going to help you in that midfield because the tenacity is really going to be high and cannot match the energy levels of Caicedo, Gilmour, and McAllister, because these lads are really hardworking. That's it. Then Richard Mugambe, hello, bro. Talk about selling United. We are tired of waiting, man. I understand, but I've already told you the scenario. We expected a very big update about the sale of United this week, but it's coming to Friday. Nothing has been heard, but you never know. Today, we might get in a very huge announcement about the sale of Manchester United, because we are really eagerly waiting to see what the club really has to say about the takeover of Manchester United. It's out of our hands. It's in the hands of the Glazers and the Rain Group, who really want to sell the club, and they know who they're going to sell the club to. Then Abel Pazim, United win. Thank you for watching in. Then I'm having Chabene Nicholas. Thank you for your presentation. Watching live from Irenga Balax in Tungamo. Thank you for watching in, Chabene Nicholas. It's always nice having you onto this channel, and keep it United Matters channel and continue to subscribe. Thank you for watching in from Tungamo. That is southwestern Uganda, if at all I'm not mistaken, in the Pearl of Africa. Then Chabene Nicholas, Man United win. All right, let's see whether it's going to come to pass tonight. Then I'm having Wycliffe Omondi. Malasia was supposed to start ahead of Dalot. I doubt. I think Dalot is playing very well, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka is playing very well. So I think you even pity the manager of Manchester United on how he's going to make a decision on who is really going to start. So those two are really undroppable, and I think they deserve to start. Malasia is good, but I think Dallas going to have to prove to us that he can play a very huge role onto the left side, in such games, because we are not here to really put in, try going in for the best player that you are having on the field of play. Brighton starting 11 and how they are going to line up. It's a 4-2-3-1 system for them, with Sterling in goal. And this is wrong. Is Moise Caicedo playing as a right back? All right, let's wait and see, because they're really missing out onto their right back. So Moise Caicedo is being played as a right back. Webster, Dunk, and Estupian are really playing in the back four. Then Gilmour and McAllister, double pivot. Ensiko, Bonote, and Mitoma. That is the midfield three, and Danny Welbeck's leading the line. And I think we have all what it takes to stop this team from scoring against us, and we can go ahead and really cause havoc into the final third of this pitch. So, thank you for keeping it United Matters channel. I love you guys. David Zimla, Man United. Talk about Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe is one of those players that Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is going to hate to promise to bring into Manchester United. And to me, I don't see it as a falsehood to bring in Kylian Mbappe, because Sheikh Jassim Al Thani and Qataris that really own PSG are all in the same shell, meaning that getting Mbappe to Manchester United is just a snap of a finger away, and we'll find ourselves in a position of really getting them in. And obviously, that is something good, if at all it's really going to see Sheikh Jassim Al Thani being given United to really handle the team. Lastly, I'm having Shabene Nicholas. I'm very confident United is going to win. Thank you. I'm too confident too, but smash the like button so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And this channel is known as United Matters channel. As I've always told you, support the channel by becoming a member. Join, click the join button, and at least subscribe to the monthly membership, and then we'll be really good to go as people who really watching this channel known as United Matters channel. Now, lastly, I really want to come up and really end this poll. How have you guys voted? I'm having 81% calling in for Manchester United win, Brighton 14% win, 3% draw, and that has been the team of Manchester United. And the fans have gone ahead to vote like that. Then I'm having Chaze Juma. Hey, bro, may the Almighty God be upon us, all right? He has always been upon us and is really going to continue being on us. Kamuhanda, bro, I love your services. Always, how can I be a member? Look below, you know, this is the lower right bottom corner. After the word subscribe, there is the word join. So click that join button, and obviously you'll become a member, and you would have gone ahead to really support us in the either way. And we are soon starting to bring in content for members only. So I think if you don't want to miss out on such content, you just have to go into the lower right bottom corner, click the button that has the word join, and obviously you'll find yourself in a position of really paying very few dollars. I think like three. I think we charge from, I think they are from $3 to $10. So you can become, I'm talking about US dollars. You can become a member by doing that. So go down. There is the word join, smash it, and then they'll show you the procedures, and you'll pay. After paying, you'll become an esteemed member of this channel. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. I think I'm going to return to talk to you after the game is done. That is what we call the match reaction. Not so? So guys, thank you for everyone that's been part of this live. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim friends, I love you all. May Allah grant you all what you really urging for and really yearning for in your life. I'm out. See you later. Let's go in this game.